Welcome to Ask Us Anything. In this episode, I only answer one question, and it's asked by my granddad. So my granddad was sitting right here on this sofa when he asked me this. Vinay mane pet utaruche. Tu mane exercise sikharis. For those of you that don't know, what that means is, I want to lose my stomach. Can you show me how to exercise? Yes, Bappa. That's what I'm going to do today. Here's a fat loss workout for you to do at home. Although this video is intended for my granddad, please feel free to use it and adjust it to your needs. Also, feel free to share it with your parents, your grandparents, or anyone you feel will benefit from it. Alright, so let's get started. This is exercise number 1, and it's called seated squats. What you got to do is find yourself a seat, something like a sofa, stand in front of it and squat down and drive up. Then you want to grab a seat and then push up. Grab a seat, push up. Don't let gravity do the work, let your legs work. Come down slow and then drive up with speed. The key things to remember on the squat are that you want your feet shoulder width apart. You don't want to let your knees drive in, you want to push out. And also keep your abs nice and tight and back squeezed together. That way you're not arching over when you squat down. So for that, what you want to do is 15 to 20 reps and do that 3 to 4 times. Now, in between each set, take 60 seconds rest and then repeat. Okay, so on to the second exercise. Now this is called press-ups. What you want to do is get yourself into this position so your hands are underneath your chest. From there, you're going to come down and big push up. Come down, big push up. Make sure your bum's clenched, your back's nice and tight, and you're coming down and so your chest is hitting the floor first. If that's too hard to manage, then do them incline like this. So find yourself something sturdy and push yourself up and down against it. Driving those elbows back, squeezing the back together, and then pressing through your chest and arms. Now with the press ups, what you want to do is 8 to 12 reps per set and do 3 to 4 sets with 60 seconds rest in between. Okay, so the next exercise is another leg exercise. What you're going to do is called step ups. Now, what you're going to do is find yourself something that you can step up onto. From there, grab your foot, place it on, and then you're going to push yourself up and drive your other leg up. So coming down, big push up. Slowly bring yourself down, big push up, and try and drive off the front leg, not the back leg. Keep your chest upright, big push, and then down. When you're coming down, don't let gravity do the work. Now, don't worry if you don't have a step or something similar. You can always use your stairs. So just put your foot onto the step and then take it up from there. Make sure you work both legs, so do all your reps on both sides. Do 12 to 15 reps per leg and 3 to 4 sets with a 60-second rest in between. Okay, so fourth exercise is called a band seated row. Now what you got to do is grab yourself a band like this, get into a seated position, sticking your chest out, back nice and tight, and then row up. Squeezing back, making sure you have tension on the band at the bottom, and then squeeze your back together. Keep your tummy nice and tight, and then back. Now I know everyone's not going to have a band, so I have another alternative, and it is called the Renegade Rows. Now this exercise will work your abs more than it will your back, but it will still have an effect in that area. So what you got to do is get into a straight arm plank position, like that, with your back nice and tight, bum clenched, feet shoulder width apart, and then from there what you're going to do is row up. Try not to twist your body, bring your hands underneath you, and squeeze your back together with a nice slow control. Bringing it back and down. With the band seated rows, do 10 to 15 reps, and with the Renegade rows, do 10 to 15 reps per arm. You could also do that one for time, so like 30 to 45 seconds. With both exercises, do 3 to 4 sets with a 60-second rest in between. Okay, so that's the 4 resistant exercises I want you to do. Now onto the cardio part and the last part of the workout. So what you're gonna do is 2 exercises back to back without any rest. One is a cardio exercise, the other is a core exercise. So for the cardio exercise, you have a choice. You can either do star jumps on the spot, Or you could do high knees on the spot with your arms and legs up and down. It's your choice. So do that cardio exercise for 30 seconds and then go on to this. So this is your core exercise. What you're gonna do is hold a plank for 30 seconds. Ready? And go. So hold your abs nice and tight, squeeze your bum, lock out those legs, and drive these elbows into your toes so you feel your abs really on fire and working. If you're shaking, you're probably doing it right. If you feel it in your lower back, your hips have dipped too low, so you need to lift them up a little bit. If you don't feel it in your tummy, you're probably not adding enough tension. So really drive those elbows down into your toes to squeeze that tummy. So like I said, for this part of the workout, do 30 seconds on each exercise and then take a rest for up to 60 seconds. Try not to go over that time and try to keep it under and keep it to as little rest as possible. Do this for 5 rounds and see how you feel afterwards. You're gonna be pretty out of breath. If you do find this really hard, just lower the rounds and then build them up as you get fitter. And to make it harder, you can always increase the amount of rounds you do. Okay, so that's the workout in its entirety. Here's a list of all the exercises you need to do and what you need to do for them. Please note, this is a beginner's workout designed for my granddad. If you'd like to give this a go, adjust it to your needs and your fitness levels. Also, make sure you check with your doctor first before you start any exercise. That's this episode of Ask Us Anything done. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and if you'd like your question answered on the next episode, post them in the comments too.